programs that this city has. But when this program started, Project Discovery, which is our high school performance program, was the first, and it is the longest, and is probably the most important and most imitated school performance program in the country. I just got back from Chicago, where the Goodman Theater talks about imitating Trinity Rep's Project Discovery. They bring 1,400 kids a year. We bring 30 in the city of Chicago, and we bring 30,000 kids a year downtown. But that is down from when this program started in the late 1960s, when every kid in Rhode Island came 1 to 3 times to Trinity Rep. It was part of the educational structure, and it's the kind of thing that I think has to be possible in this city and in this state. We are small enough, we are cooperative enough, we can work together enough so that we can take an asset like Trinity and make it a fundamental part of the educational pillars of this city. And of course, frankly, the private school kids are going to be able to come. It's the public school kids. It's one of the great acculturating influences that we can have.
Well, why hasn't that happened again?
It's money. It's entirely, there is no longer federal money, and what we have so far failed to do is form enough links so that not, I mean, 30,000 kids is admirable. It should be every high school student in Rhode Island's birthright, that by living in Rhode Island, the same thing that entitles them to go to public school, they should be able to go free to Trinity Rep, for example, as well as the other great cultural resources. It's making those resources available to every citizen in Rhode Island. We've done that. Down City revitalization is part of that, but we have to continue to do that, and I think absolutely that's about cooperation between the city and the state, and realizing that downtown Providence is not just an issue for Providence, it's a resource for the entire state, and indeed for all of southeastern New England.
And that may be a hard thing to convince people of. I was going to ask whether the rest of the state resents what's happening here. Do they see this and say, what's in this for me? You got your hand up. How does what happens in down city make the whole state prosper?
You talked about downtown, down city, and what we're doing is we're building capital city, moving rivers. It's like we're building a city next to a city. We're going to bring retailing there. You still have the old retail core, which hasn't had a lot of private investment. I'm sorry, Mr. Mayor. We had a hotel, a survey done for a hotel in down city. While the numbers make sense, they feel there hasn't been enough private investment. If you take 6 blocks from where we're sitting now in the old retail core, aside from this URI, what else has really happened? I mean, we built Gray Square, we've done the projects, it's still for rent, Mr. Mayor, to a wonderful restaurant or something, we'd love to rent it.
But why? Why does it sit there?
You wanted me to give you $7 million of taxpayer money at low interest so you could build your hotel. I don't think the people would buy that.
And
That's why there's no public private investment.
There's no project, because they feel that 24 months from now, it will be built, and we'll look and we'll see it paint dry, the way things are, the way they are now. There hasn't shops. We have a shop. We have Kilden Thurber. We have lots of fine jewelry. We have people come downtown. They where else do we go? We don't know where to send them. We're kind of in the middle of a desert.
Well, why is that, though? That's what I don't understand.
Well, how can you go downtown to look at your friendly antique shop when you can go to some place and park in the back? There's no parking. It's $5 to go in and look. See, that's what a mall does. A mall creates a 4,000 car parking garage right off the highway when you get out of your car, and that's why the mall's a good thing, because people can walk around the mall, and then if we make it permeable, in other words, the access to the Western Hotel, some of that trickle will come down. Hopefully we can create a Newberry Street.
But you know, it's funny, I was talking to a planner and a developer and a lawyer in Syracuse. They've done a lot of work in trying to develop their city. And when they heard about the mall, they were in shock. They said, why would you ever put a mall in downtown Providence? Because it's not going to encourage people to go shop elsewhere. It's going to detract. What? I missed it. I got to hear what Bert said.
Oh, I just said that's last year's debate.
But there's
it's a done deal.
It's a done deal. That's right. The ground has broken. Pat, can you pronounce your last name?
Pat Cortellessa. How are you? I've seen a really nice film tonight. I hear a lot of great things, but there's one small problem. The city's facing a $462 million deficit within 5 years. To fill that gap, we're going to have to do one or two things. These city officials here are gonna raise our taxes, force our small businesses out of the city. That's not true, Mr. Mayor, you know that. If you have something to say to me now, you can say it if you like. But
I was gonna say, are you, right? What I don't wanna do is go through a laundry list. Can you give a specific question?
basically, what are these city officials gonna do not to force all our business out of the city by raising taxes to cover this gap that they basically sat back, knew it was gonna happen? This is not a new problem. It's being forced on the table now through these documents.
Who would like to answer this? Buddy, I have the mic tonight. All right, quickly.
Cortellessa owns the cafe. He doesn't own. He rents the Cafe Plaza, which we've been in court, and we kicked him out, frankly, because we've had a lot of problems there with the way he runs it. And number two, he wanted to sublease it for about $3,000 and pay the city $700 a month rent or $800 a month rent.
But answer his question.
We would probably have better tax base in the city of Providence if he didn't own Centerfolds, which is a wonderful establishment in our city. It's a strip club. And the fact of the matter is we've been moving very strongly against those places. He owns the real estate there. I can tell you that we don't have a $462 million deficit in this city. We just went out for bonds for $50 million, and we sold those bonds for 4.65% interest, which is a pretty low interest rate. As a matter of fact, we are using that money to restructure a lot of the road system and the infrastructure of transportation in the city, and also demolish some of the houses that need to be demolished. But the fact of the matter is that we have as all northeastern American cities are struggling, we are struggling, and I told you what the problem was, is the way we tax ourselves, and it's the increased educational burden, which we all have to address somehow, and it's going to cost money.